Okay, so I'm talking about a reason to come for psychotherapy. And sometimes you might think your reason is bereavement, depression, or you don't really know, you just want to feel better than you do, or you feel like you worry too much about things. And sometimes your goals can change. And sometimes there's so many things going on. You kind of need to deal with one thing at a time, and prioritise and say, right, I'm going to deal with this thing and then we'll move on to this thing. But quite often when you work through your life, you can start to see where events have shaped how you feel. So certain events in your life have made you realise that if you make that decision, this will happen, which isn't always the case, and that's something you have to sort of work on with a therapist and see, that's not the case, and you can feel better. And if you do this, it's like quite a lot of people say to me, I say yes when I mean no, and no when I mean yes, and I know exactly what they're talking about. So I've done the same thing, and it's like you feel like you have to make a decision straight away, and you don't. You have time to think. You can have time to think, is this the best thing for me? And you can just say, let me think about that and I'll get back to you. You don't have to immediately say yes or no. Oh, are we going to jump, or are we just going to step through it? Yeah, good. So, yeah, it is important that you look after yourself, and so many times, and I completely get it because I've been there. So many times people say, I don't know why I said that. Why did I say that? And then you start to analyse events. And I think, well, that happened when I was a child, or that happened when I was in a relationship with this person, and why did I go into that relationship with that person? How was I feeling at that time? When I knew that person wasn't right for me, but yet I spent all those years. And you start to realise, you think, oh, because I was at such a low ebb, and then that person kept me there by making me feel shit about myself, by making me feel so bad that I had to stay because I thought there was nothing else there for me, that I wasn't worth any more than that. And I've been in that situation where I didn't believe I was worth any more than that. I remember somebody saying to me once, stop playing the victim. And it stuck with me, that, because I was being a victim, but I didn't realise it. And it's so weird. And it can be the smallest thing that makes you go, don't want this anymore. It can be the smallest thing, and then you just you liberate yourself, and you start to realise there was a whole life out there that you could have had. But there's no point dwelling on those years that you've lost. You just have to think, well, I'm making the most of the time I've got now. And again, knowing that life is so short, it is so important that you do what's right for you, and the people that are around you are the people that you want to be around you, and that you are happy, and the people around you are happy, your family's happy, your friends are happy, and enjoy life. I think that's a message for this morning, definitely.